Like, they're suing me for something I didn't do. It's just the most bullshit thing. And I literally had to pay them a lot of fucking money.
Jake Paul has just been sued by Netflix following his loss to Anthony Joshua, and I watched the whole thing unfold, knowing exactly how it was supposed to play out.
I heard that Gervonta Davis was being very difficult to work with and Netflix was just waiting for it.
This was a Netflix heavyweight event streamed worldwide and promoted as legitimate boxing, not influencer nonsense or charity rounds. It was Joshua versus Paul on Netflix, inside a real arena, with official judges, doctors, cameras, and true heavyweight stakes.
Yeah, we think he broke his jaw. He's fine. We met with Netflix afterwards. He took a shower. He drove himself to the hospital. A broken jaw is very common in sports, particularly in boxing or MMA, and I think the recovery time from the...
Jake entered the arena overflowing with confidence. Marketed as built different, fearless, and untouchable. That was the brand. That was the narrative being sold. But the man standing in front of him wasn't a retired mixed martial artist, a basketball player, or a nostalgia act brought in for entertainment. He was a former two-time unified heavyweight champion, an Olympic gold medalist, and a fighter shaped by more than a decade of elite-level competition. Anthony Joshua had spent years enduring and delivering punishment against real heavyweights, not playing boxing games on social media.
Anthony Joshua didn't throw a single straight right hand for 6 rounds.
The experience gap was humiliating. Joshua brought Olympic pedigree, world titles, championship rounds, and even defeats that forged real lessons. Jake brought highlight reels, hype clips, and carefully curated opponents. The physical mismatch was even more brutal. Reach, size, power, timing, composure. Joshua possessed all of it without needing to showboat. Jake needed noise, theatrics, and chaos just to survive.
And not only did you not get knocked out, you dropped and said, wow. I was like, wow, that was nice. I was on the ground, I was like, that was a good shot.
Did he surprise you with his power?
To be honest, no, but I mean, he surprised my jaw.
This was the first time Jake Paul faced a prime, active, world-level boxer, someone with nothing to gain and everything to prove. There was no storyline protection, no narrative cushion, just real risk. And the moment the bell rang, it was obvious. This wasn't about winning anymore. It was about surviving without getting exposed too quickly. Because the loss wasn't just a knockout. It was the live, public fracture of the Jake Paul business model. The belief that confidence could substitute for competence finally collapsed in front of a global audience.
If you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man.
From the opening seconds, Jake's real plan was clear. Move, avoid, clinch, reset, repeat. There was no dominance, no control, no attempt to impose his will, only footwork built for survival. Joshua allowed it, and that's the part most people miss. He deliberately slowed the pace, measured the distance, and took mental notes, letting fatigue do the damage before power finished the job. Jake circled like a man trying not to drown. Every clinch was a moment of relief. Every reset was borrowed time. Joshua never rushed. He waited. That's what real experience looks like. When you know the other guy is burning energy just to stay afloat, you let him.
Looks like Jake Paul is trying to bait him into something, but he's the one that's hit the canvas twice in this round. Incredible.
Then came the 5th round. That was the breaking point. 2 knockdowns in a single round, not from chaotic swings or reckless exchanges, but from accumulation. Balance lost, defense unraveling, legs stiff, breathing labored. That round erased every illusion. Jake wasn't unlucky, he was simply outmatched. By the 6th round, the outcome was inevitable. One perfectly timed, clean power shot ended it. No theatrics, no controversy, just physics. The referee stepped in because there was nothing left to prove. The body had already surrendered before the count was over.
I love this shit, and I'm gonna come back and get a world championship belt at some point.
Are you surprised you went 6 rounds with the former 2-time unified heavyweight champion?
Honestly, I'm not surprised. I just got tired, to be honest. Like, it was just so much.
The aftermath spoke volumes. People were amazed he lasted 6 rounds, yet equally stunned by how powerless he appeared under real pressure. This wasn't bravery, it was a methodical dismantling, captured from every angle with nowhere to hide. The tough guy bravado evaporated quickly. Within hours, Jake was being transported to a hospital for evaluation. No victory speeches, no chest thumping, just harsh fluorescent lights and medical staff performing their duties.
I'm a little fucked up, but will you take care of me forever and ever?
I started talking crap to AJ at one point.
I was trying to get his head. I think I pissed him off. What were you yelling? I was saying fuck him.
The diagnosis was stark: a broken jaw, actually worse, a double fracture. Not a rumor, not speculation. Imaging confirmed it. Recovery was pegged at a minimum of 4 to 6 weeks, assuming no complications. This wasn't a simple bruise, this was structural damage. And people need to grasp what that truly means. A fractured jaw affects everything. Eating becomes difficult, speaking is limited, breathing requires caution, and training halts completely. This isn't cosmetic, it's foundational. Injuries like this change how a fighter approaches the sport, if they even return. But true to form, Jake tried to spin it. Social media posts, jokes, and bravado captions turned a hospital visit into content. Even profile pictures leaned into mockery. No accountability, no reflection, just branding.
Yeah. Then he broke my brother's jaw. Yeah. You don't care though. Jake's having a fucking blast.
We'll see him back again for sure.
Yeah.
That's where it became truly embarrassing. He lost the fight, and then tried to turn trauma into marketing, and the world saw it. The contrast was brutal. A man proclaiming fearlessness while simultaneously documenting the consequences of facing someone who genuinely belonged in the ring. I didn't see a warrior. I saw someone learning, in real time, that confidence doesn't mend fractures and cameras don't soften impact.
Now, you asked me a question. Look, it wasn't the best performance. It wasn't the best. The end goal was to get Jake Paul, pin him down, and hurt him. That has been the request.
Fighters weighed in almost immediately, and none were impressed. There was genuine surprise that the fight lasted as long as it did, not because Jake was exceptional, but because Joshua never had to shift out of second gear. The takeaway was clear. Anthony Joshua didn't overextend, didn't chase, didn't panic, and didn't take unnecessary risks. He waited, adapted, and finished the job on his own terms. That detail mattered. The notion that Jake somehow pushed a champion to his limits vanished under even the most basic analysis.
Thank you very much. I'm here with the winner, Anthony Joshua. Anthony, congratulations on the win. How would you describe that fight?
Well, first of all, I want to give love to the crowd, everyone that came out. I really do appreciate everyone in this venue.
Then the money talk took over, because with Jake Paul, it always does. Estimates surfaced that both fighters walked away with $40 to $50 million each, with some rumors suggesting even more depending on back-end deals and Netflix incentives. That's when the tone really shifted. The narrative formed quickly. Jake Paul can take a brutal loss and still walk away with a massive payday. The defeat didn't humble him, it insulated him. And that insulation sparked anger. Fans can handle defeat. What they can't tolerate is someone acting triumphant after being dismantled, all while counting their money.
Because it's a civil lawsuit, and it's just allegations, it's not criminal, so there must be something.
The comparisons turned harsh. Jake began to be seen as a viral marketer who sells hype better than substance, a spectacle salesman, brand first, boxer second. Someone who knows how to trend, provoke, and monetize attention, but crumbles under real pressure. That perception damage cut deep because it stuck. A loss alone might have been survivable. Losing while pretending it was a moral or strategic victory made him unbearable to watch. Meanwhile, the boxing world debated, but Netflix's smile faded. The focus shifted quickly from punches to paperwork. This fight wasn't just content for them, it was their flagship entry into elite boxing, their proof that they could stand alongside established fight platforms. Jake Paul was meant to be the bridge. Loud, controversial, profitable.
Because it's a civil lawsuit, and it's just allegations, it's not criminal, so there must be something.
Then came the canceled super fight, Jake Paul versus Gervonta "Tank" Davis, scheduled for November 14th in Miami. Tickets sold fast. Marketing campaigns were already live. Ad inventory was booked. Sponsors were locked in. Production crews were staffed, venues prepared. Netflix had committed serious money before a single glove was even raised. The financial stakes were enormous. Internal projections reportedly approached $120 million in total event value, factoring in subscriptions, advertising, sponsorships, and long-term positioning. This wasn't a casual gamble. Production, staffing, promotion, and infrastructure were already paid for. The machine was already in motion.
Jake Paul, he's done really well tonight. I want to give him his props. He got up time and time again. It was difficult in there for him, but he kept on trying to find a way.
Then Jake cancelled unilaterally. No gradual exit, no negotiation, just a decision that set everything ablaze. Netflix didn't claim confusion or miscommunication. They alleged a willful breach of contract. Not mutual termination, not unforeseen circumstances, willful. And that word matters. The lawsuit hit $100 million, with potential lost profits threatening to push the figure even higher. This wasn't about punishing him for changing his mind. It was about accountability. Jake's credibility as a dependable draw took a direct hit. Platforms don't forget that, and advertisers certainly don't. Netflix leadership was furious. Executives faced public embarrassment, and their brand trust with advertisers suffered. The company that prides itself on precision and control suddenly looked reckless for betting on an influencer fighter who treated contracts like optional suggestions. Jake didn't just lose a fight. He burned the patience of a billion-dollar company in a single move.
I don't like it. Even Anthony Joshua had some class and, apologized to me.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked his way through the crowd and came up to me and said, "Mom, it's just boxing.
He said it's the fight game.
It's just the fight game."
Obviously.
Now his image lies in fragments. Once celebrated as fearless, he's now labeled evasive. Once marketed as disruptive, he's seen as unreliable. The public is sharply divided. Supporters claim he took a moral stand. Critics call it fear disguised as virtue signaling. The debate is exhausting, but the consequences are real. Sponsors are quietly reconsidering. Future platforms hesitate to trust someone who can cancel a global event without flinching. Legal battles sap focus, money, and momentum. No matter how loud your online persona is, while lawyers negotiate, training halts. While cases drag on, opportunities vanish. The boxing world has already passed judgment. Respect is earned in the ring, not through press releases or captions. You don't get credit for what you almost did or planned to do. You get credit for what unfolds under the lights when there's no chance to edit the footage.